What's up, guys? So I've been thinking a lot about what it takes to be happy or satisfied or content with your life. It's kind of a deep topic, but I don't know, we don't really shy away from deep topics on this channel. So yeah, I've just been thinking a lot about how self-improvement can often be, people get into it as a vehicle to take them to their dreams or something, or at least they have this idea of their potential, or they have an idea of an ideal life, and they think about this a lot, and they see the disparity between the life they currently live and this ideal life. So they use self-improvement almost as a vehicle to bridge the gap between the life they live and the life they want to live. But I think the problem with obsessive self-improvement is that we get so obsessed with this ideal, never really realizing the fact that it is pretty much impossible to fulfill your ideals. And the more you think of perfection, the more you become dissatisfied with the life that you're currently living. Because you look at this awesome version of yourself that doesn't really exist, it just exists in your mind, and you constantly compare that person to who you are now. And obviously, if you do that, that's just kind of depressing, because you're nowhere close to where you could hypothetically be if you didn't succumb to the flaws of the human condition. So at the same time, though, self-improvement is necessary, because if you don't do anything, naturally stuff starts to deteriorate in your life. I've mentioned entropy on the channel a lot, and although it's more of like a law of the universe, a more simplified version of it basically goes like, if you don't do anything, if you're complacent, things naturally just start to fall apart. It's sort of the law of the universe. If you don't do anything, if you just distract yourself from your problems, if you don't try to improve, you're actually not standing still, you're actually getting worse, because your bills start to stack up, your family starts to grow older, your friends stop calling you. If you don't do anything, your life gets worse. It doesn't stay the same, it literally gets worse. So you have to keep on moving. But it's important to adopt the right mindset, otherwise action itself can become demoralizing, because if you're constantly thinking about perfection, and that's your motivation to take action, you're going to be constantly stuck in this sort of like hamster wheel of needing to take action, otherwise shit starts to fall apart. But you're never closer to feeling happier. And I feel like this plagues people. Like pretty much everybody who isn't aware of this can plague them till the day they die, because they're constantly just like, it's like a carrot to a mule, right? They keep on chasing this ideal life, and they chase it and chase it and chase it, but they're never anywhere closer. And even when they achieve their goals, they're not satisfied with the goals, because they make new goals. And it's just like maddening. I feel like it's one of the biggest problems of being human, is just this idea of the fact that we never seem to be satisfied with what we get. There's always a way to get more, or think about something else that we could have. So we're just like constantly restless. But I think there is a solution to this problem. And you see it all the time with people who have very little, like in third world countries, or people in crappy situations. I'm not saying, I think it's kind of a little bit of a not a stereotype, but I don't think it's necessarily true that the people who have the least are the most happy. I feel like that's an oversimplification. But you do see people who have pretty much nothing, and they're way more positive, happier, more joyful people to be around than people who are extremely wealthy and are still just chasing more wealth. So it seems like the amount of things that you have, monetary possessions, doesn't make a difference in your happiness, pretty much. I think the shortcut to happiness is gratefulness. And you probably hear this a lot. I'm probably not saying anything new, but it's just becoming more apparent in my life. And it's, it's just something, it seems like what you focus on, if you focus on the fact that you have a lot of positive traits about yourself, you have a lot of blessings in your life, you focus on the fact that there's a lot of good things going on in your life, and you're grateful for those things. You learn to be satisfied with those things, and you're happy that those things are in your life. You eliminate the need to constantly be chasing more stuff. Maybe not entirely, maybe not forever, but at least temporarily, it puts that restlessness at ease for a while. And I think if you can make a daily habit of being grateful for what you have, it's a way to invite happiness into your life on a regular basis. It seems like I'm trying to figure out the origin of this need for more stuff all the time. And I think it definitely goes back to, our ancient ancestors, hunter-gatherer type of ancestors. Man, I sound awesomely intelligent right now. But if you think about it, when humanity was at its bare bones and people had to go chase after antelope for their food, the people who were satisfied with what they had died, because you didn't have time to become complacent or fully satisfied with your kill, because you had to worry about your next meal. I feel like there's this primal need to always look for the next thing and not be totally satisfied with what you have, because otherwise you would have been dead meat back then. But in an age of abundance, humanity has made it so far, we don't really need more and more and more stuff, but that drive is still there. So gratefulness is a way to short circuit this primal urge to constantly consume. So, I mean, it's kind of a rant, but yeah, just something that's been on my mind. So I'm going to find a way in my own life, and I would encourage you guys to as well, to find a way to make gratefulness a habit. You find 1 or 2 or 3 things before you lie your head on your pillow at night. Find 3 things that you're grateful for and you appreciate, and you're glad that they're in your life. If you have a habit tracking app, add gratefulness to your habits, your list of habits, and I guarantee you will find a way to be more focused on the positives, which will make you just happier. It'll improve your mood, and it'll improve your life in the process. Have fun. Have fun with that one. See you later, guys.